everybody. Thanks for joining me again on this weekend. I hope everybody's having a nice end to a nice week. Start enjoying the weekend. I thought I'd try something a little different to the normal and go for a soft-spoken video. I am the rambling man, so to speak. I just like to do random videos with no guidance, pre-written guide of where I'm going and what I'm going to say, no scripts, nothing like that. I just like to ramble. I think that's just me all over. And that's reflected in my videos, I think. And I had a lot of nice comments. Now I've put a video back up, now I'm back. I really, really appreciated all of them. It's always just pretty amazing just to see people actually responding to what I'm putting up in such a positive way. And I couldn't ask for anything better, so thank you everyone for watching, commenting and leaving feedback. It's most certainly always appreciated. So what I wanted to try was just a soft-spoken ramble for once, because usually it's always a whisper ramble. The last video I tried was an inaudible whisper, which wasn't greatly inaudible, to be fair. It was louder than I thought it was going to be, but people enjoyed it, or it seemed to enjoy it. The comments were positive, so I think I might try improving on that. Try doing an actual inaudible whisper, but I think I'll have to get my Rode microphones up and running. But it's surprising. You need to get the interface and phantom power, and then put it into a program, get the audio and match it up. It's surprisingly, when you've got a lot of other things to do, time consuming. And I just never thought it would be, but it's turned out that it is. But coming up to Easter, I thought I'd do a video this weekend, as I found myself again with I say a bit of free time. What time is it now? It's 2:30 in the morning where I am, which for most people would not be free time. It would be bedtime. But I'm just one of those people, I think, from years of shift work. And, well, originally I suppose, just generally I was always up late, gaming, things like that. And then, unfortunately I suppose, being out on the beer, so to speak, parties, all the rest of it, and then it was shift work, pretty much, and that's just been a long-term standing with me, which I'm not doing now. I've moved on. I'm going in the right direction. Made a big step, and it's certainly a long-term view, a long-term goal, and a long-term benefit. I'm planning for where I want to go with my career, so it's taken a big step to move from what I was doing to what I'm doing now. And I've had a good week, really. It's been a lot busier than I expected. Well, I expected it to be busy, but I think when you're working, anyone that's done a lot of shift work, and of course it's always different, subjective, but after a lot of shift work, and usually you always have a lot of time to do certain things. Going on to a Monday, Friday job, flexi time, all the rest of that. It's shorter days, shorter physical working time, but I don't have as many days off. The weekends go really quickly, and before you know it, deadlines really do creep up really fast, and work does build up. And it's just time management. I've got to really get into the swing of that and really put the hammer down on that, so to speak, and get things sorted and prioritised. And I do apologise. There's been some new neighbours that's moved just down from us, and they must be having. I actually know who they are. I'm not friends with them, so to speak. I'm friends with friends of them, and that's how I found out they'd moved down from me. Through a split, actually. She's split from her husband and moved down here, and I think now it's a competition to who can have the best parties. I want all my friends around here. He's obviously doing the same, so it's been a loud, active night tonight, which you could hear. They've all gone out, and I imagine any time from now they'll be coming back and making just as much noise. It doesn't really bother me, but the one down from me, and I know the people next to me will not appreciate it whatsoever. But we'll see how that goes. So this was literally a rush video while I have had a busy day, and as I say, just working the week, you don't realise how little time you can have off in a weekend. How quickly it goes. I mean, it's already Sunday, so I'm back at work tomorrow technically. But well, you just get on with it. But literally, I was getting ready for bed. I've just fed my fish. I'm sure I've said that before. Yeah, I have a lot of fish. I've just fed them and sorted things out, get things ready for tomorrow. And for me, this is kind of a normal time to go to sleep, if not a bit early. So I just thought I could get a quick video in. Again, it's going to just be audio. I apologise for that, but I have bought a big backdrop set, mainly for photography, but I thought I could use it obviously for the video in as well. It's kind of a photography stand where you get two separate tripods, so to speak, and then a big rail and a backdrop, so you can put various backdrops behind it. So I'm going to give that a try and see how that goes, but at the moment I'm literally stuck in the middle corner of a room, sat on a beanbag with the Zoom, and I've got some of these sound absorbing foam tiles which I arrange around the microphone and underneath and behind, just to try and absorb some of the reflection of the sound. And being in a smaller room, it should not have as much echo as where I've done it before. So we'll see how that sounds. But I am finishing a drink. A nice original Guinness, if anyone's wondering. Not as upscale or fancy as some real ales, but I do like my original Guinness. I've been working on a database, which, I mean, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm working on things outside of work, which my boss has even told me not to do, but when I've got the little one asleep next to me and you're watching her, I have a film on the background. If it's something I'm not that interested in, I kind of watch the film, watch her, and just tick over. So I've been working on a new database for consolidating a lot of other things at work, and as long as it's not too frustrating and too involved, I don't mind it, because it just, I kind of do find it therapeutic, as sadly as that is. As long as I don't run into problems that I can't solve, I like taking over, just doing it at my own leisure. And when you actually start getting somewhere, it makes you feel like I've actually achieved something, without the pressure of being at work. And yeah, it's an odd one. I don't need to do it, and I don't do it if I don't feel like it, but it can be slightly therapeutic for me, surprisingly. So so I don't mind doing it. Just been doing it on a laptop, which I actually hate doing work on a laptop normally, to be fair, because I do have a MacBook Pro. I had to dual boot it with Windows because I need the latest version of Office and all the rest of that. And I do use some Gamma Spec software, things like that, which only runs on Windows. So I've halved my resources, speed, and all the rest of that, and it's just never been the ideal machine that I should have bought, really. And middle of last week, I decided to buy a new one, so I've treated myself to an XPS, a Dell, which I've never been a fan of, really, but after all the reviews, some heavy research, and that's probably the same with a lot of people. I like to, when I'm looking to buy something, all the research, looking into it, and things like that. You know, it's almost foreplay, I suppose, if you want to look at it that way as a metaphor. It can be quite enjoyable just to research things and look into it and convince yourself you're into something, convince yourself this one's better than that one, and it goes from I'd like that to I want that to I need that, in a way. And you know, in fairness, that's probably better than when you actually get it for most things, but I've enjoyed trying to look up the best machine, which is going to, because I've got a lot of work which is coming up. I'm going to be going away, unfortunately, for a while at the start of next year, the end of this year. 16 weeks I've got to go away for in total, there's quite a bit to do after that, but it's for a master's, pretty much, in my new field, so to speak. Well, not my new field, my new job. Different focus in the field I'm in, because that's been paid for, so I can't really complain. And it's going to take a lot of work, so for me, this was kind of a mental commitment. I'm going to buy a new machine that is going to give me that facility to do things I need to do, so I've got no excuses. But also the the geek nerd in me has got an excuse to just buy some new hardware. So I've gone for the Dell XPS 15. As I say, I've never been a fan of Dells. I mean, I've had a few in the past, but not really since many years ago. Since I started building my own PCs and water cooling and just going fully decked out. But this one, I've to look at the laptop. They're obviously a bit different. I've decided to go for the full whack, and from looking at reviews, I looked at the Microsoft Surface Book. I just want a bit of a bigger screen, give me a bit more real estate for doing some more spreadsheets and things like that. It'll just be a bit easier for me. I've had enough of the smaller screens, to be honest. So, gone for the 15.6 inch Dell XPS 15, and just I think I lost the plot one night and just sat down and just got more and more excited and decided, you know what, sod it, because a lot of things I've had in the past where I've been a bit more restrictive, and then pretty quickly after I've been, I wish I'd have just got that little bit more and that little bit. I wish I'd have just ticked that box and done this. So with this one, just thought, sod it, I'm just going the whole way. So I just tricked the whole thing out. Did I get the mic? No, I didn't get the absolute off the. I just got the 512 gig SSD drive, and then everything else, full cover, full accident protection, all the rest of it. The top 4K touch display. It better I'd be good for the price of it, I'll tell you that. But you don't want to be the richest man in the graveyard, do you? All the things I've gone through the past year, pretty much within a year, it's taught me one thing. It's it's a bit of a cliche though, isn't it? Life's too short and all that. But I think it's just you don't know why. No, I think you've always got to have a long-term goal in place, but you also can't let that rule your life, where you're not willing to do anything, spend anything, go anywhere, do anything, put on your thing because you're too afraid, because you never know what's going to happen. I think modern day life is kind of, what's in the news and what we see lately is kind of saying that you just don't know what's going to happen. But you also can't think about it like that, because it'll just ruin your life if that's all you can think about. But I don't worry about it, but I also know that you just really don't know what can be around the corner, what can be the next day, lucky break, bad luck. And to be fair, I've had a lot of, I don't even think of it, it's not bad luck as such. I'm not sure what it is. It's just unfortunate things all happening at once. And, that can happen. You've just got to stay positive and think of, is this going to make me more conservative and more worried? Or should I just think, you know what, if I want something and I can get it and it's not going to, hurt anyone else or affect anything negatively, why not? Why think, oh no, I best save that money because maybe so far along I need this or I might need that. You just don't know what's going to happen, so you're working for these things, you're working hard for these things, why not enjoy it? Even doing a few things, if it's going to inconvenience things here and there, make things a bit more difficult, but if you're really going to enjoy it, as long as it's not hurting anyone, why not? I'm thinking of going camping with my brother soon. It's not the best time of the year, both got a lot on, but we both want to go. If we can sort things out and organising it, yeah, why not? Because when we're there, we'll genuinely enjoy it, and we'll be grateful that we've, suffered a bit of inconvenience to go, because you never know what's going to happen. So yeah, I think that's a good theme, really, to say, try and enjoy yourself and try to do the things you want to do. You can't look at it as do the things you always want to do, because it might hurt other people, but to say, if you can do what you want to do, and you can still make amends with everything else, then why not put in that bit of effort, try and do what you want to do, but also trying to achieve what you want to achieve. That's a fine balance. I mean, you've got your personal life and your work life, or your career, or your goals, whatever you want to call it. You need to have that balance of doing what's making you happy, what's going to relax you, what's your hobbies, with the balance of advancing your goals, advancing your career and all that. So, yeah. It's a positive note. I've had a good week, but only because I'd had a hard week. I had a lot of goals that I'd missed the week before. I was getting a bit stressed about it. It was starting to get on top of me a bit, and annoying me more than anything that I wasn't getting these things done. But I just let everything slide at the weekend. Try to rethink and think, what do I really need to do? And let's just make a really hard day of it on the Monday, put all my effort in and get what I can done. Not get everything done, not set a goal of I need to do this, I need to do that, just I'll put in all my effort and let's see what gets done. And then I did the same the Tuesday, did the same the Wednesday. By the Thursday, I was just finishing things off that I needed done, and it was a good feeling. So it's all about time management and realistic goals, I think, try not to, make sure you have goals and make sure you stick to them, but don't try to take things too seriously. And if you don't, achieve something you've tried to set yourself, try not to get too upset about it, but just make sure you reset that goal don't take it too seriously that you haven't met it first time, but also don't forget that it still needs doing, and just set yourself a new goal. I've kind of lost track of where I was going with this video. Was it a serious ramble? Was it I have no idea, but I hope people enjoy that, because that's just where I go with these things. But I've appreciated everyone watching the videos, as I've said, and leaving really nice comments, and genuinely making me feel like it's worth doing, because that's just priceless. And if you can help people sleep, and I know from experience, which is why I'm here, that that can be more valuable than anything. I've had some nights where ASMR has helped in a lot of things, before big exams, before big days, before new jobs, before my firstborn. It's helped me in a lot of ways where you can't sleep, and a lot of people say they can't sleep, whereas really they mean they're awake for 15-20 minutes and then they're off. I'm like a light. I've had real trouble sleeping in the past, and a lot of times when you're literally staring at the walls, and ASMR's just been amazing. I mean, I can't imagine being with, not go to sleep sometimes without it. It's literally just part of a routine now, and a good part, because a lot of people have good things to say, and really put some effort in, and it's a hell of a lot more. I don't know, I think intimate's the word. There's a lot with ASMR. You listen to someone else actually giving their views, their opinions, their thoughts, their ideas, anything like that, which I hope this is doing now. And I think that's what calms people a lot. You're actually listening to a real person talking about real things. And it's getting rarer and rarer these days. I think there's so much bloat and crap out there that I think it's nice just to actually listen to somebody that you don't know, and but that you can almost tell they're just rambling on and talking and being honest. And I hope that's how I come across. That's what I enjoy about ASMR, to be honest, listening to people. There's almost that first 5 minutes of interest, but that within that 5 minutes that they're a real person. Even in audible whispers, you kind of read the description, so to speak, and kind of pick up what they're going to talk about. And I think your brain almost can almost pick up certain things, and that's why I like, maybe not completely inaudible, but you can pick out certain bits, and they're talking about real things. So I don't know, it's not like you just listen to a tone. You kind of know you're listening to somebody, and that, for me, makes a difference. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up, finish off my drink, sort the rest of my things out, let the dog out, and see if the neighbours are coming home, because it must be about time now. So with that, I'll wish everybody a nice rest of the weekend. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, because I started off as a soft-spoken. I'm not sure if I accidentally got lower and louder again. So we'll just have to see how it sounds when I come to edit it. I'm actually going to go to bed now and edit it in the morning, so I'll see how it sounds then. But yeah, I think we've covered enough randomness to make a video. My next one will be an actual video when I get this backdrop up and see what it looks like, and we'll just go from there. So I hope everybody has a really nice rest of the weekend. It's been nice where I've been. It's been a fantastic day today. So if you can, just get out, go for a walk, just walk around, clear your mind, enjoy the scenery. You've got to get a bit of fresh air every now and again. and I've certainly appreciated having a nice walk around today, and I hope it's the same tomorrow. So I hope it's for you as well. And yeah, I hope everyone gets out and enjoys themselves and has a nice easy week, and I hope that everyone meets some of the goals that they wish to get done. So thanks everybody for listening as always. Leave any comments and get in touch if you wish. I see everybody's, always to keep up with them as I can, but I do always see what everybody puts and how many people are watching these, and it's always a boost to me, so I'll thank you for that. So catch up pretty soon, and hope you have a nice weekend.